Break it down. Give me 5 people you ready to fight right now.
Timothy Bradley, Paul, Floyd
Mayweather,
Devin Alexander, and whoever the fan wants.
Listen, I told you give them something visual, so you went ahead and made your own YouTube-based TV show. It's an array of IPAs and fighters on the road. Got a question? Put them in your comment section right below. Barbershop talk while you're sitting in your living room. Pacquiao, Mayweather, and we can't forget the bruise. Coming to you live with the scoops like a ladle. Allow me to introduce the boxing round table.
Tube. It's your boy Rollo Jenkins, of course. Man, I just want to talk about, of course, you know, I guess I've been deemed a new form of a fanboy. There was a cat, can't think of his name, Chris Cuban or Cuban or some shit. He called me a Terminator. So that's the new name, you know what I'm saying? We had Pactars first, then we had Flomos, now we got Terminators, right? Got Terminators. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. If that's the name that we're gonna go with, I'm one. I'm a Terminator. My hand is up. My hand is up. You know what I'm saying? In school, when the teacher asks a question and you know the answer to it, my hand is up. I'm a Terminator. I like Keith Thurman. I'm a Keith Thurman fan. And the reason that I can be a Keith Thurman fan is because I think he is the best welterweight out there right now. I didn't say he's the greatest welterweight that ever lived. I didn't say he's the best of all time. I didn't say that he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, or Sugar Ray Robinson, or Sugar Shane Mosley. All I'm saying is, any fighter that's fighting now who makes and fights at 147 pounds, you put him in the red corner and you put Keith Thurman in the blue corner, I got my money on Keith Thurman. That's all I'm saying. Now, if Keith Thurman lose, kudos to whoever the fuck beats Keith Thurman. I'm not finna sit here and tell you that Keith Thurman can't lose or he won't lose. He's unbeatable. He's the most skilled, you know what I'm saying? The most skilled fighter. But the dude that people say is the most skilled fighter, if you put him in the red corner and you put Keith Thurman in the blue corner, I'm taking Keith Thurman. I think that Keith Thurman will beat that nigga all day long. It's not about like reputation and all of that shit. Boxing has come down to, boxing is so similar to rap. You know what I mean? Like, you can rap like a motherfucker, but if you ain't doing songs with Drake and Lil Wayne, nobody trying to hear your ass. You got to get blessed in by one of them dudes. Jay-Z, Kanye West, Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? These cats can bless you in and make you a star. You know what I'm saying? Eminem can rap, no doubt. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it wrong. But if it wasn't for Dr. Dre, Eminem wouldn't be shit. Regardless of his skills, the fact that Dr. Dre blessed his ass in the game made him the star that he is today. And now, Eminem is in a position where he can bless somebody else in the game. So, when it comes to my boy one time, Keith Thurman, the only thing I'm saying is, get a dude a shot. You got Marcos Maidana, who was thoroughly outboxed by weak-ass Devin Alexander. He got his shot. You got Devin Alexander, who has 2 L's in his professional career. One guy, undefeated Timothy Bradley, who is still currently undefeated. And another guy, Sean Porter, who is still currently undefeated. And he's just kind of tossed to the side, tossed to the left. Just forget about this dude. But you got Marcos Maidana, who lost to Devin Alexander, a couple other guys. And for some reason, he's still popular. He's popping and shit. You got Adrian Broner, who just lost to Marcos Maidana. So we're talking 2 L's, right? You know what I mean? Like, this dude lost and this dude lost. Whichever dude you want to talk about. Adrian Broner, Marcos Maidana. And you talking about Amir Khan. That dude had been knocked out a couple times, right? But it's funny how people talk about, well, my favorite fighter, my guy ain't never lost. Ain't nobody never figure out how to beat him. Why don't nobody never say that shit about Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand, like, how it's cool to say and shit. So, like, for instance, check this out. A lot of you guys' favorite fighter, he'll always say, it ain't no blueprint to beat me. I ain't never lost. And out here, other people regurgitate that same shit, right? But when it comes to the guy that he's fighting, that's not a priority. And I'm asking this question because we got a guy who ain't never lost and another guy who ain't never lost ain't even in the conversation about fighting the guy who ain't never lost. And the guy who ain't never lost pull a poll up with 2 guys who've lost multiple fights. Now, I don't know if the 2 guys that I'm referring to that ain't never lost could beat the 2 guys that the guys that you like who ain't never lost could beat the guys that he's talking about fighting who have losses. I know this shit sound confusing. So let me just throw some names out there to make the shit a little more plain and slow it down for you motherfuckers on some conceited rap battle shit, right? Amir Khan and Marcos Maidana both have L's. Amir Khan been knocked out a couple times. Marcos Maidana been decisioned a couple times. Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter ain't never been beat, decisioned, or knocked out either. Now, why isn't it that the guys with L's don't beat, or at least fight the guys with no L's, at least in order to prove who's the best under the best, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even get a chance to see who's the best under who y'all niggas consider the best. If that dude is on a tier all by himself, can we at least see who the fuck is the best on the tier under him? And whoever comes out of that, let's put that dude up on the next tier and see if he's as good as the dude that y'all put on that pedestal. You know what I mean? I just don't understand how Keith Thurman don't even get a shot. I read in print, literally, there are discussions being made with Paula Malignaggi and Shawn Porter. I'm not upset with that fight, but the only thing I'm asking is, if somebody got to beat somebody to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather, it can't even, the dude who ain't got no L's and the other dude who ain't got no L's ain't even in that discussion. That's all I'm saying. They ain't even in the discussion. These guys aren't even mentioned. That's my only problem. That's why I make videos about Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Because for some odd reason, y'all dudes and y'all cats want to dismiss the guy because y'all saying he ain't never beat nobody. But everybody fails and omits the fact that Marcos Maidana blatantly said he wouldn't fight him. Robert Guerrero basically said he wasn't fighting him. Who else is he supposed to fight? He was the number one contender for Paulo Malignaggi. He chose otherwise. He was the number one contender for Adrian Broner. He chose otherwise. He was the number one contender for Marcos Maidana, and he chose otherwise. Now, the only guy I can excuse is Maidana. Maidana had a choice of Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, and Mayweather. Excuse permitted. I got that. What was Paulo Malignaggi's excuse? Because Adrian Broner fucked this bitch or something? Alright. What the fuck was Broner's excuse? Because he knocked out Soto Carras? Maybe Josecito Lopez. Maybe that was the reason why he picked Maidana. Maybe because Maidana has a legion of Argentinian fans. I don't know. But I know Keith Thurman got skipped over. You know what I mean? And I do recall specifically hearing Adrian Broner say, before he fought Marcos Maidana, that Keith Thurman wanted to fight him. He said this. Not some shit that I read. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go look it up. It was at the press conference. Pre-fight for Broner Maidana. He said that Keith Thurman wanted to fight him. And I could pull up some material where Keith Thurman states that he wanted to fight Adrian Broner. He wanted to fight Marcos Maidana, Paulo Malignaggi, and Timothy Bradley, and Floyd Mayweather. But you know, people always throw that shit out the window and shit, right? And then we got a legion of people who say, well, Keith Thurman is ducking Luis Collazo. So, Thurman calls out Mayweather. Collazo calls out Thurman. If Collazo is being ducked by Thurman, then you gotta say Thurman is being ducked by Mayweather. Basically. Because the dude that Thurman beat when he called out Mayweather, you're gonna say that dude wasn't nobody. The same exact way I'm gonna tell you that the nigga who Collazo beat was a fucking nobody when he called out Thurman. Now if the fight get made, I'm happy. Kudos. Because I done heard on record, on video, a couple guys pick Collazo to beat Thurman. But if he fights Collazo, he beats him, knocks him out of some shit, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna throw another guy in there who ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Pay him a nice chunk of change to keep his ass away from you know who. And that's cool. I already know how the game being played. But when I or a dude like Zone 6 or some other cats say that Keith Thurman is the best welterweight in the game right now, you get with your favorite fighter and tell your favorite fighter that it's some retarded ass motherfuckers on YouTube talking about Keith Thurman is the best welterweight. Won't you go knock that nigga off? It's your boy, Rollo Jenkins. Holla at your boy.